You know, gets a little
Absolutely.
taste of that.
The world don't change for you, so don't get mad at your family. My mother just keeps offering me food and no, no, no. I remember one time this one young girl, she was like, yep, I'm gonna fast this weekend and I'm gonna do the whole weekend. And I just said, just do one day. But you know how people are. Nope, I'm fasting all weekend. And I'm like, okay, tell me how it works for you, right? I'll be looking for you on Monday. So Monday came around, guess what? She ignored me. So I know she had a rough weekend. So I finally caught up with her. I said, so how did your fasting go this weekend? Well, I was in my room, and then my grandmother was downstairs cooking chicken. And I smelt it, but she kept calling my name. Then my girlfriend called me on the phone, and she said, hey girl, I got this whole bottle of vodka, and let's go to the club. Oh man, it was terrible. I said, see, just love yourself. Let's take it one step at a time. You go home to all those influences, and she was partying every week anyway, like you just gonna break that cycle. Yeah. Everything coming at you, all at once. Poor thing. That's how it is. Oh man. So even when y'all go back home or whatever, that's the cycle's there. And then there's some things that are going to bring back the memory. The old energy is still there, going back to the household.
Yeah.
All that stuff is taking place. Trigger.
Oh yeah, triggers.
Mm-hmm. Just like drugs and alcohol. This is rough.
Believe it or not, I stayed on the Breatharian path. Like I was doing fasting for a long period of time after my initiation.
Right.
But gradually, like after over a year, I ended up back to my completely bad habits.
Wow.
Worse though.
And worse.
Like I was just carefree. I was eating Snickers.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like even prior to Breatharian, I wasn't this bad. So
right.
Like, what's going on?
See, now look how she said that in worse. Now just back up the scriptures again. When Jesus was saying that you cast a, demon out of somebody, it'll go throughout the earth, seeking another house. But then it says, I'm going home back to my first house. It's coming back for where it came. So when it comes back to you, you'll be worse off the first time because it came back home. And that's what happens. So they said that scripture, and we're looking at it. What is a demon? It's a habit. A lower frequency habit. And it's going back home because we're the ones that created it. See, thoughts are things, but they're living entities. You create them. So they're going to come back from their original source. That's why prayer in Hebrew means to come from the word tefillah. And tefillah means to think. And they got nothing to do with begging somebody for something. All it is a thought. And that's why the scripture says that I prayed and my prayer came back to my bosom. It's coming back to you. That's why, you know, what they say, what comes around goes around. Your thoughts will go out there in the universe to get your wish. That's why our thoughts, we got to watch them. It's all making sense now. So even when you're casting off these old ideas, they're coming back. That's the test right there. They're coming back home. I ain't got nowhere to go. That's what the avocado said to me. I was like, come on back in, baby. Come on.
And how long were you in that cycle of the avocado and corn chips? Like, how was it? Like a lot of years that you kind of had
not years.
Craving and satiated? Or?
See, I don't even know a time period.
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't years. And even dealing with that cycle, even when you came into the breatharian stages, keep in mind it's eat very little or none at all. You're in the breatharian stages, but it ain't like you're eating avocados every day to survive or eat because you're hungry. You got past that. But for enjoyment and pleasure, when you want to feel full, when you are bored, you know what it is. That's the food you prefer, and that's what you're stuck into. if that makes any sense. But even though you're stuck with that one, that whole battle of when am I going to let it go, that's what you're dealing with.
When am I going to let that happen?
Right.
Yeah.
It ain't about forcing it. It'll just be that day where they don't taste the same, you don't like the feeling, and you'll move on. But that shows you that nature took it from you. Now listen at this. Wow. I got to come with this one. When you see the body, it's an empty shell there. And I know we like to say all answers is inside of you. But you're being stimulated from a lot of outside forces. We got to admit it. If you like smoking and there's a cigarette there, a person who never smoked before, it ain't going to bother them.
Mm-hmm.
But a person who smoked before is going to, they will look at it a little bit. Okay, I just don't do that no more. But the person who's either smoking or just quitting, they're still bad on it, that's going to affect them. It's an external stimuli. Mm-hmm. So that's what foods are doing to you now when we was walking around today. Now, I've been in the game a long time and don't bother me because the chains got broke. But there was a time I'll be looking at this thinking, should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? You know. Oh, man.
We all understand that.
But that's external again. Remember we said about the sun and the moon, how they externally will activate the body to do something automatically? So therefore, even when you get an intuition thought, that came externally. What was that? Oh, that came externally. Now where am I going with this? So therefore, if everything is coming externally, that means nature set it up. So if it's coming externally, your savior is going to be nature taking it from you. You ain't going to get rid of it. That's what makes the Breatharian process an art. Don't beat up on yourself because it ain't your fault. Nature knows exactly where you at. And then there's times people beat up on themselves. I was doing good, but then I started eating again. Nature did that to you. You got other things to learn. It's purging you along the way. All right. We ain't start yet. We're just playing around.
There's a little red
My
chair.
friend
You want
Phoenix.
to put it over here? You can.
All right. Good to meet
Over
you.
there, your way.
Have a seat. And you can start with the music.
Start over.
I was ready to take off.
Sit up here, then her and I
Okay.
sit together.
Or I can sit we'll talk for just one more minute and just see if,
Yeah, why don't we wait?
Oh, right, sure.
Just wait, have to light
because Juan is close. He said he was close.
All right.
Let me get another chair. Here, why don't you sit here and I'll get another chair.
Voila.
Or you can,
So I guess that the point also is discerning how much nature, when do you implement a kind of renunciation, or you just like, well, nature said again.
All right.
You know, when you like
Here-
that line, I guess you just start to know yourself.
Well, you're going to have to start trusting. Now, check this out. This is the ultimate trust. That everything's happening to you is for the good. Now, even for you to be here
Sit over there.
was orchestrated by nature.
Yeah, let's-
For you to even have that thought in your consciousness, you must have lost your mind. What made you think, why are you coming to a person that's teaching you how not to eat? Right.
I know, inside, yeah.
and pay money for it too. I'm talking
Right, and pay money not to eat.
Pay money not to
Pay
eat.
hundreds.
Right, y'all have lost your mind.
Some money. Like,
Who told you to do that?
Yeah, he's playing.
That desire came from somewhere else for you to even know that. Even wanting to learn more. Even wanting to do something different. I didn't come from just you like that. Not where you come from. Everybody's professional eaters. You're one too. Nature gave that to you. It was an external force that's guiding you along. See, choice, when a person comes in the Breatharian path, they really think they have a choice. Why don't you just choose to eat the cereal from and eat that rice milk from that? Right, everybody think they have the choice. They ain't got no choice. Choice is an illusion because it's a lack of ignorance of all the details of what's going on. Did I say that?
Wait, are you
You have to say it again.
trying to like free will, basically, or?
Well, free will is something else. We're talking about choice.
It's an illusion.
It's
Because
an illusion.
It's already causes and conditions that created that moment.
They already stimulated you to do that in the first
Before
place.
you think that it's you going
It ain't got nothing to do-
It's beyond
Right.
this.
So
Oh.
somebody who,
Yeah.
Right.
This thing is hilarious.
Yeah.
Right.
I said free will because when you're basically saying that our choices are generated by.
Causes and conditions.
Oh, I say free will, but it's like.
really ain't.
It's like your karma. It's already going.
It's already going.
Yeah, it's already going. But you think you have like, oh, I'm gonna choose.
I'm gonna make a
this over
choice.
that.
Or you beating up somebody else. Well, they just choose not to do that. They can't. That's why even when I teach this, I had to learn that the outcome of what I'm teaching ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
That's the light's business. Wow.
Can a child be a breatharian or like Camellia, not what's Akai and his wife who had a baby?
I don't know nothing about them. I don't live with them.
But I'm just saying, in general, then can you be born and then you have to have breast milk, or can you be breatharian?
Well, that's a whole nother. So you're going off subject. I don't know nothing about that. I don't have babies. My son's already grown. We don't know.
Well, he was saying that it's like nature is saying that mother has the breast, so it's like I guess no, like until they get off the breast. Then
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm just wondering if it's a possibility for whatever age. I don't know what age to be.
And we kind of talked about that earlier today. Nature already showing us that. In other words, even if you're a gardener, you'll eat those plants at a certain time when they're mature. See, even a person like you got certain traditions like the Jewish tradition and also the Muslims, a male start growing his beard when he's 25. The Amish do it because they say his brain ain't fully developed till he turns 25. So if the brain ain't fully developed, why would you put it in a high? See,
And it's
being
like
huh?
well, sorry, I'm interrupting. It's like the genetics, right? Like the genetics aren't there yet for baby breatharians.
Absolutely.
So like maybe in a few generations,
The mom
they'll
was
be
a
popping out all over
breatharian.
the place.
Absolutely. It ain't there now, so let's don't even entertain the thought.
Well, I do have one thing to say about that, just
Mhm.
for educational purposes. Remember we were speaking about the sexual energy, the monthly, the moon thing. There's that
The monthly
liquid
cycle.
that goes up there.
Right.
What's the liquid? It's like colostrum, something like this. What was the name of that liquid?
Always using the word ojas or
Yeah.
ojas. Yeah.
Yes. So there's that juice. I think-
Cerebral.
No, you
fluid?
called it. It started with a colostrum. Or something.
Oh, the colostrum in the brain.
Colostrum.
That's where the fluid is developed at.
Yeah. So when after the baby's born, the mom is similar to that word. It has the something
Colostrum.
similar, right?
For the breast milk.
But that particular breast milk initially is to coat the stomach of the baby to give it its antibiotics or whatever it needs.
Right.
Things of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the breast milk, believe it or not, it actually is liquid. So we're born liquid, not
Right.
solids. We choose
Choose.
to put the solids into the so it's that's so like, is it possible? I think it is. I think that once you wean the child, and believe it or not, children could get weaned off over the age of 5. Like,
Right.
So you don't never know how long.
Well, we'll see that in the future, but not right now. Where we at?
Some, most likely in addition.
Because keep in mind, if the sperm is changing color, taste, and smell due to the man's lifestyle, and also a woman's seminal fluids. Now listen at this. I knew a woman for a very long time. So she got 3 children by 3 different men. And I know the 3 different men for a very long time. So at the time they was together, I knew both of their behavior when they was having that particular child. Now the children is grown. I know exactly why the children act the way they act.
Wow.
It's that programming
That program. So when the parents get into that program to allow that to happen, then we could have that talk. But right now they under programs.
When every child would
We
be
gotta
different.
say
Every
that.
child would be different. Even
Well,
with the
like I
same-
said, indigenous cultures technically, they have their programming, but they don't eat the way we eat. So you can't
Well, what really get them over is their movement. Like say for instance you got somebody in the office all day compared to somebody who's moving around all day. That's a big plus because you're designed to move. The movement. Wow. Of course, if you're staying away from McDonald's. But even when you're dealing with indigenous tribes, I hate to say it, but
Yeah,
this is the last decade for that.
Oh yeah.
I've seen recent.
It's over with.
Yeah.
The ones who are up and standing now is just for money purposes, so you could go visit them to say, look, you've seen the indigenous tribe. Give me some money. It's over with. We evolved. Everybody evolved. Ain't nobody going back like that. So even when we talk about living a holistic lifestyle, we ain't talking about living primitive. We're talking about using your consciousness to make things, because that's what you do, that's more user-friendly to the environment and to other people. You can make a plane, get some new fuel for it. That's what we're talking about. Ain't nobody going backwards like that. You're designed to grow. Like I told the holistic community, stop crying about what the government doing and go use your mind and go create something different. Right, that's why those communities don't ever last. About the next generation to come, they all gone. You did all that work for nothing. Over and over again. I gotta say it. Now we're driving a Tesla. That's what I'm saying. They should have been figured it out. But we gotta go there. So now, oh man, this is getting good. Now, where was I before we got into the baby?
Integration.
Going back and forth on habits.
Habits and integrating. And
Right.
Free will.
The free will.
Oh, the choice.
So, check this out. So when a person is just out here doing anything, they really think they got a choice. But the Breatharian path is going to make you realize. So you ain't even got to believe what I'm saying. It's going to make you realize you're under predetermination. Because even these battles and when things get taken from you, it ain't had nothing to do with you. There's many times you're going to think you can't do it. You lost. I was sitting there with the avocados crying.
Really crying?
You told
Right.
You said,
Because you didn't want to eat it.
Now I know that I can't give it up.
I
You
remember
felt
you.
like you couldn't give it up.
I'm trapped.
I'm trapped by it.
Chuck by the
You
other
gone.
Well, dang, how many were you eating? Was this like a lot? Or, I'm curious about that struggle.
What was that story you said you had your,
I mean,
like, you got one of your
Right,
videos?
that's
Like
right.
your sister, like,
Brought
Crying,
the,
that's
chocolate.
now listen at this.
Chocolates, yeah, I heard
My
that
sister
one.
brought the
Yeah,
chocolates
you
to the
passed
house.
out, you said it was all over your face.
I woke
It
up
was
in the
like-
morning, chocolates was all over me.
So you
What
ate
was
so
that? That wasn't no choice. My body was like a mummy. I can't stop it. Here I go. I was over with. Now how you gonna beat something like that? I was a loser. I was crying. I can't be no breatharian. I thought I was a breatharian. I was like, man. But for that to be taken from me, that wasn't even that wasn't your power. It got exhausted. Because if you're dealing with a spirit, something that's dense like us in the physical body, you can't whoop no spirit. You can't even see it. You don't even know which way it's hitting you.
So all you can do is plant the seeds of the practices that you do, and that
That's all you can
changes
do.
The causal area,
Right.
right? It changes.
And let the higher energetic forces change you.
Yeah.
That's why with the day we talked about the 5 pillars. Did y'all get anything out of that? From the first concealment, second concealment, and then that's when the creature decides or have the opportunity to make corrections. Because the higher forces ain't going to change for you. It never did. That's why there was a fall of consciousness. From the first, all the way Well, how the scripture says, our ancestors ate sour grapes and our teeth is on edge. Oh, man. And we're trying to come up out of this. But it's the light bringing everybody forward. Just a pop in my head that I'm sitting here right now doing what I'm doing. It dragged you up and dragged me along. And I understood I was under predetermination. It had nothing to do with choice. Wow.
So is it the same thing as destiny?
Same thing as destiny. Now listen at this. Predetermined, manifested destiny. That's why a lot of your ancient tribes talked about a period of darkness, a period coming back into light. They was all exact. They all saying the same thing. Now ain't nobody going against the grain saying, well, I'm going to do something different. Now I'm going to show you something this deep. Now here you are, this human being. Got all this power, whether you realize it or not. And you really think that the higher energetic forces who also had their plan, had their agenda, going to make you make choices to go against what they're saying? That don't even make sense. You'll destroy the universe over some shoes. You would. They had the biggest house. They ain't gonna let you do that. That's why death is in the scene. Death is like a what? Say, for instance, if we created an AI. This machine is doing all this other stuff. It will make sense that you'll also, it is stronger than you, more powerful than you. It will make sense for you put a shutdown mechanism in it so it won't take you over. Do y'all get that? Yeah. If you created something that was more powerful than you or had a lot of power, you'll put a shutdown mechanism in it. Our shutdown mechanism is going against the universal laws. You ain't going to get it by acting a certain way, thinking a certain way. That's why I shut you down. You'll destroy everything. Nature protects itself.
But don't we take detours sometimes in life? Like sometimes it's like the path would have been straight, but no, I went that, you know?
That was still predetermined. Yeah, you take detours for other learning experiences, for you to grow.
That are somewhat unnecessary, or well, if you end up taking
They're all
them off.
necessary. See, the more you wake up, you're going to see all the necessary stuff that took place to make you who you are right now. Wow.
So, like, coming here to meet you was very intimidating for me. I didn't know if I would even last. Because, like I said, I had an initiation.
Right.
And to come to you with that, you know, it's like, kind of like, how you're going to stand in front of him, tell him that you've done a Breatharian. Like, who are you? But, like, so that was my detour. I completely detoured.
Right.
Like, I feel like coming back, learning your teachings, it's going to put me back on my path.
All right, listen at that. That's the light doing the work for her. Brought her straight here.
So Courtney, when you say you got initiated, could you talk a little
Yeah,
bit about
yeah.
when somebody else or
Right.
what are you
So I
talking
had a
about?
brother.
Like another Breatharian?
Yeah.
Ray Mayor.
The rainbow.
Oh, Ray Mayor. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, what do
man.
you mean initiated?
So is that part of the? It's just like the
Quote
master
unquote initiation.
like,
He does like a 10-day
sanctioning
thing
you
where
as a,
initiate
you know,
it.
A
right.
process
Yeah.
where you learn to dry fast. So, and this of course is not dry fasting.
Right.
Dry fasting is temporary. But
You're
it
learning
was-
to get the tools to go more further,
Yeah, that was the idea.
which is the energy of things. Now listen at this. Tonight we're going to also learn when we do our meditation called the Merkaba. Now the Merkaba, that's actually 3 words in the one. Mer means spinning. This comes from Egypt. Ka is your light body, or your electromagnetic field. Let's be plain with it. And the Ba is the physical body, the personality. Now what's happening with our culture is the light body and the physical body is split. They're going against each other. Because remember I told you that your physical body was born from here. And it's going to stay here if you die. The funeral will be there, but the electrical body, or the Ka, is going to go. Now listen at this. These must merge together, the Ka and the Ba, if you want to live a lot longer, gracefully, or you can live forever. You don't have to die. That's what Egypt was talking about. Now the spinning wheels of light is, you're going to get your energy field big enough where the Ka and Ba can merge together. Now, in esoteric circles is all around the planet. The Kaaba is where the Muslims go once a year to go pray. In Mecca. They go to the Kaaba. Great esoteric knowledge there. Now that word Ka is used in Northern Africa, but it ain't something that's new. China used the word Chi. India used the word Prana. We use the word life force energy, and they all talk about the same thing. You see what I'm saying? Don't let the words throw you off. So we're going to learn this meditation because we're going to start working with our energy field to strengthen the physical body. That's why I said in Egypt, the pharaohs was nourished by their light body. That ain't far-fetched because you're living off of energy now. Remember I showed y'all that video showing you the meditation and how right there, meditation is medication. It can heal you from all sickness and disease if you know what you're doing. Because the base of you is energy. You use energy to see. You use energy to heal, hear. You use energy to move. What else is there? And the reason why you're eating now, you were born into it, the physical dense foods, you were born into it and don't know no better. That is an energy source, but it's the densest one around. There's other energy sources in the universe. Now we got cars out there. We was used to putting the gas in it, the fossil fuels. Listen at that word. Dead plants and animals. But now we can run it off electricity. We can run it off of solar power. We can run it off of water. We can run it off of biofuels. We can run it off of nuclear power.
And sun.
Right, solar power.
Yeah.
Yep. All that on the vehicle. So we're vehicles. And don't try to compare ourselves with the rest of the animal kingdom. We're smarter than the other animal kingdom in our terms. We can transform things at a fast rate. We might as well go ahead and fess up. We're great manipulators of energy. We're good energy workers. Remember we brought up that word witchcraft earlier? We're the only animal to know how to cook. Making all these recipes, these witchcraft recipes. They used to say, if a woman want a man, all she got to do is get to his stomach. She put a spell on him.
Be a good cook.
Be a good cook. That's it. What are you talking about? So, oops, I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, the Merkaba, so we're going to go over that. And in this meditation, there's a lot to it, but it's very powerful. You're going to be doing breath work in it, breathing in and out, running energy, visualization. The tube is going to be coming down the body. You're going to be imagining a pyramid spinning around in the body. Mudras, that's dealing with the energy connection with the fingers. And each in and out breath, you're actually opening up energy channels in the body. And then we're going to go into the mantras. You're going to use a thought that you want and put it inside the pyramid as it's spinning with your visualization that will strengthen your energy field. And it's actually powerful. When I first learned it, I was telling him earlier who wasn't here that me and a friend was doing it all weekend. And then when I went back to the city walking down the street, everybody was looking at me, even across the street. I was like, what they looking at? My energy field was glowing. But then this newspaper reporter lady was looking for me. As soon as she came up on me, she came inside my field. Every time I was looking all over for you. Then she caught a headache. I'll call you later. I got to go. Blah, blah, blah. But that was the field of how strong it is. Everybody just can't walk in one field when it's real strong. It's like walking into the sun. That's why you got to learn how to cut it down, be user-friendly, because your energy is more powerful than another person's. Uh-oh. So that's why in your Asiatic cultures, who their base was a lot of energy work, you see them today, they don't shake hands like we do. You know, traditionally they be doing this. Because back in the day they had masters. They weren't going to touch you like that. You couldn't handle their energy. That's all they was doing. That was their life. And then there's another thing that they do like this to say, come here. They don't do this because this is a weapon. Pointing a finger at somebody. Try to take your hand and put it up like this now. And take your finger and do it on your other hand and move the energy. Use your focus. All right, Juan. Do you feel your energy?
Yeah.
You can get this very strong too. Feel your energy? Move it all around. So you can strengthen that and shoot it at somebody, just like a gun. Right. I did it to somebody before.
Those are like shamans, the dark shamans, sorcerers. They master these,
They're like-
and they're always fighting each other.
Right.
They're like hiding.
You are.
Yeah, and
like,
they harm
I
each
got
other,
you.
like throwing darts and energies.
Oh
And,
my god.
And you are the shamans. And see,
It's like
I'm glad she
Dragon
brought
Ball
that
Z
up.
going on right here.
People be fighting energetic. Average everyday people be doing that.
Yeah.
Whether they know what they're doing. Cursing each other.
On the road.
Cursing
Right.
somebody. You could tell somebody just something real hurtful to them. You cursed them. That could stick with them for years. You just cursed them. This ain't far-fetched. I hate you. Coming from you. They like, man, they say they hate me. You ain't nothing. Over and over again. You just destroyed that person. They under a curse. Tore up their self-esteem.
Especially in children.
Especially in children. And then a good witch or a good warlock got to come along and say, you are somebody. Break it. You healed them. You made them feel like somebody. So this ain't far-fetched. We all working with energy. Everybody out there. So being a breatharian on the path again, it's more than just eating or not eating. You're learning the totality of your thoughts and actions that's either going to nourish you or get you in trouble. Oh, man. Now, there's a thing called the heart chakra. This is what we're going to talk about. We got our different chakras in the body. But now we got our heart chakra. And I'm going to shoot straight from the hip. To live off of prana, it's going to come from the opening of your heart chakra. Did I say that? Now, how do you open your heart chakra? In spirituality, they used to say, open up your heart. Open. I'd be sitting there like, what am I supposed to do? What they talking about? You must think through your heart. What are they talking about? Love through your heart. Yeah. But I'm sitting there, they got to make this make more sense. So we got to break it down now so people can understand what we're talking about. Because if you're going to get nourished from your heart chakra mainly, you ain't going to never be a breatharian if you not even be on those levels if you don't understand what they're talking about. Now listen at that word, heart chakra. What is a chakra? Well, that's a Sanskrit word, but it's talking about spinning wheels of light. That's what it's talking about. Just like Merkabah, something spinning. Because energy loves to move. So it's like a vortex.
Energy circle.
An energy circle. And they got vortexes all over the planet. Sedona, other places you go and there's a vortex of energy. You can feel it.
Mount Washington.
Mount Washington was a vortex all over the place. So, oh man, we got vortexes all in our bodies. That's what we're talking about. The sexual energy in the hip area, it's more than just heat there. There's a vortex taking place. It's spinning, and we're taking that energy, rising the serpent upwards, so it can take us to another level of the expansion of consciousness. That's why meditation is a must dealing on this path. You ain't got nothing coming. They ain't got nothing to do because you smiling. Talk about you a good person. We talk about some power. Right. Ain't nobody gets away. So,
The East, call it nobody's safe.
nobody's safe. Right. It's raining on everybody. So, the heart chakra and the spirituality, they say there's a what? A bridge or a ladder coming from the third chakra to the heart chakra. They saying all these esoteric stuff. The upper body. This is the lower body. Upper body, lower body. This is where the lungs is at and all this other stuff. All the feces is down here. So this ain't counted in the spiritual dimensions. It's up here on the above. Now, on the physical body, on your energy channels, from your heart, your throat chakra, your pineal gland, your crown chakra, they're connected with the higher forces. They're already connected with the higher forces. That's why if you're going to get to the higher energies to sustain you. It ain't the lower energies we're talking about no more. You need the higher energies that are going to sustain you. The subtle. These must be open. But these ain't going to be open if the bottom ones are closed. Heat love to rise upwards. And if the source is damaged, it ain't going to feed the other ones to their full capacity. That's why the root chakra is the base. Now, what is the root chakra? Can you point to it?
Is this
The
number
parent,
3?
it's between your, yeah.
Well, that's what they gave us for learning experience. We're going to take it to another level now. The root chakra, how do you know if it's open or closed?
You say it's a physical body?
It's the physical body. He's been listening. Give him a round of applause. Now, why would we say it's the physical body? Because if a person is sick and got ailments taking place, that's the indication that their root chakra is closed. Because a healthy body is a sexual body. That means the energy is running. The libido is high.
Creation.
It's a creation. This is what you're using. So that's why the Breatharian message is a health message. Where do I start to be a Breatharian? And people ready to starve themselves, and I'm looking at their health. Go better your health. This got blocked. This is blocked up right now. I can see it. Right.
You can literally see it.
You
though.
can see
Literally.
it in a lot of people.
Literally see it. You can look in their eyes, urology, and see where it's clogged up in the intestines. All this good stuff. This is heavy where we're going, ain't it?
Well, do you know what's really interesting is that working with the plants, since we're talking about ayahuasca, ayahuasca is a root that grows in the jungle. In the
Right.
It
A
works
root.
primarily on first and second chakra. I teach this, I write about this.
Here we go.
Like first two chakras.
And we're going to do an
It
interview
really
on it.
goes in.
Can I have that one red thing and put that over here?
Now we're going to take an intermission.
The chair?
Yeah, the chair.
Now, everything I just talked about, think about it as we go into the music. And when we get back, we're going to talk about the opening up this root chakra first, and then we're going straight to the heart. Those must be open, and I'm going to explain to you why the nourishment is going to come from the heart chakra. And this, and medical science going to back us up too. That's where we're going. We ain't talking no myth. Now, give a round of applause to the great Starbody Activation Band. Da-da-da-da!
I like that.
This is Juan. What's your last name, Juan?
Del Rio.
Del Rio. Juan Del Rio and Athena Starseed. Archangels. All right, so close your eyes, take a nice deep breath, and imagine 4 huge archangels surrounding the San Palace Temple, the city of Los Angeles, the planet called Mother Gaia, which we know as Earth, but the entire cosmos and this universe. One song. Inhale. Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Michael, and Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Uriel, Father Sky, and Mother Earth, from the point of light within me, from before my birth, I'm calling it into the sacred circle of the light. Sing with me. I'm calling it into the sacred circle of the light. Sing with me. We're calling it into this sacred circle of love. prosperity, peace, calling it into this sacred circle of health, emotion, release. We're calling it into this sacred circle of light. Archangel Raphael, heal us today, and the Archangel Michael, protect our way, and Archangel Gabriel, hold us in your room, share your compassion and grace with us now, and Archangel Uriel, sacred geometry, you can get us to heaven, and on it shall be. Father sky and mother, from the point of light within us, from before our birth, we're calling it into this sacred circle of light. Sing with me. We're calling it into this circle of rainbow light. Sing with me. We're calling it into this sacred circle of wealth, prosperity, peace. Calling it into this sacred circle of health, emotion, release. We're calling it in.
All right.
I got one more. This is a love song to nature. I dedicate it to all of you. I see. I see you in snowflakes on a midnight winter sky. I see you in springtime in a yellow butterfly. I see you in tiny crystal caramel drops of sand. I see you in the autumn leaves, painted by God's hand. I see you. 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 I see you in the pouring rain. I see you in every grain. I see you in the darkened earth that grounds my ego rebirth. I see you in the ocean's wide. I see you in the river's tide. I see you in the humming bees. I see you, feel you in summer's breeze. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you in the crystal kingdom. I feel you in a full moon. walking by like shine. Look at that, Krishna, smiling at Yogananda. Yeah, I see you, I see you, I see you. In every cloud, I see you, I see you. Everywhere around, I see you in the light. I feel you, I see you. Every star that shines so bright, the darkest night, I see you, I feel you, I feel you, I feel you. Voices in my head, I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light, yes I am light. There's only light when I feel the light. I am the mountains, so I stand tall. I am the oceans, I'm deep and wide. I am the rivers, God's holy tide. I am the light. Yes, we are we are divinity to find. We are the God on the inside. We are the stars, so let us shine. We are the mountains, stand tall with pride. We are the rivers, oh God's holy tide. 'Cause we are light, God's holy light. We are divinity defined. We are the God on the inside. We are the light. There's only
Awesome. Give her a round of applause. Welcome.
One.
Right,
Beautiful too. That was so beautiful.
the Starbody Activation Band. They're gonna be famous here shortly.
We've never played. This is only the second time we've ever played. We're gonna work on some stuff. You know?
Oh man, it's on now.
You know? Yeah.
It's the vehicle of music that's gonna transform the world. That's it. Wow. This is good. It's good to be in the company of what? The vortexes of energy that is thinking at a whole nother level, differently than the rest of the world. Now, let's go back into this heart chakra. And we went that the root must be opened first. And it shows itself by your current health. So, if you want to bring more prana to the body, the root must be nourished. So that's why the basics must be laid out. The first initiation of spirituality is diet and exercise. Somebody must have ripped that out the book, huh? Everybody's spiritual all of a sudden. God talking to me. They sitting up there 300 pounds with a hot dog in their hand. No put down, but that's where we failed to. We got to take it to another level now. Bring back the initiation so we can see what's going to happen. And that's on that level. Okay, eating hamburgers hot dogs is what? That should happen. But there's people who was in that what? Teaching breatharianism, and the body ain't there. That don't make sense, do it? So therefore, you're going to learn also what to look for because you're on the path now working on it. Man. And it's just like a tree. If you cut off a branch or the fruit or a leaf, that'll come back. But if you kill the root, the whole tree is dead. So it's the same with us. When they talk about in the scriptures, the tree of life and the tree of good and evil, that duality, that tree of good and evil, that's when death took place. That's when a body, physical body, start getting compromised. It thought it can do anything it wanted to do and get away with it. That's basically what happened. Trapped into duality. Can't get out of it. So everybody's locked on the biggest drug on the planet, which is food. You were born into it. Wow. This is heavy, ain't it? And now we're trying to go back the other way. But the keys to go back the other way, you just can't put tape on your mouth and say, well, I'm not going to eat no more. That's not going to work. You got to go through another process of transformation and go to another energy source. Is this making sense? Just like a hybrid. You got to get the other energy source hooked up first before you can start letting go. If you let go and you ain't got no other energy source put up, the body is going to do the best it can, but you're going down. That's what's going to happen. But when it's comfortable with the other energy source, then you can let it go. Because you got somewhere else to go to. You're actually a hybrid. Man. Here we go now. Now the root chakra, the energy flows upwards. That's why in all ancient civilizations they're showing us this symbology of this serpent coming upwards up the pole. Now they got a picture of Satan or the devil. They got two pictures of him. One, he got this tail going downwards. That's inert energy. That means he's still stuck in the world having sex, blowing out the first chakra. Then you got the other one called Bimoteth, I believe. He don't have a tail. But he's also in the what? Praying position. He got the infinity symbol at the top of his head. That's the fallen angel who woke back up. See, we're the bunch of what? The fallen angels who's waking back up. If you fail, you can get up again. Uh-oh. This is good to hear, ain't it? Mm-hmm. You ain't got to stay here. That's why we all here. Mm-hmm. So once we understand we have to maintain this root chakra. Now, let me just show you this. America's a superpower. Nobody's arguing that. But it's suffering from preventable diseases. That means they could have been prevented. They didn't have to happen. That shows you that the root chakra is closed off on the superpower of the planet. So the third eye ain't open. So now you just got a bunch of intellectual animals talking. That's what they are. They ain't spiritual beings. How you gonna get your minerals? How you gonna get your vitamins? And I'll be saying to them, have you ever seen one? Well, no, but that's what I learned at school. They're all talking. Thinking it's smart. No, it ain't smart. You gotta put it in this place now. Talking foolish. That's all they talking, intellectual animal. So now, we're talking energy now. We're going back to the basis. Open up the root chakra. And when you learn about breatharianism, eating very little or none at all, you're looking for something real secret. No, it ain't. The basis of a foundation of a house, we already said diet and exercise, didn't we? Meditation. And then you begin to start laying back on the food. Slowly.
So I remember you sometimes would describe meditation in a vague sense, like less, so, you know, the idea of meditation is that you're sitting and closing your eyes, and you were doing the microcosmic orbit, and you're also doing that light beam one.
Right.
And then you were saying, when we were at the place on the hill, the Washington place or whatever, with the Paramahansa Yogananda guy, and we were like in the circle, and we were doing the Qigong, and you were like, this is a meditation.
That's a meditation.
So like when you're saying meditation is the foundation, are you also referring to the Qigong?
Yeah.
That can be...
The reason why I'm showing you so many, that shows you how many you got to choose from. Now you get to pick which one you like.
We could just do one.
Huh?
We could do one.
Yep. Pick the one you like. If you like the breath work, that's meditation. Some people like it. Some people don't. If you like the Qigong, pick that one. If you like the visualization when I'm bringing down the tube, pick that one. But at the end, all of them should work the same way. What were we doing? Running energy through the body. All of them, you felt the energy, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Every last one of them. That's how you know a person understands meditation. I travel all around the world, and I got to be honest with you, I ain't seen nobody who understood that yet.
Really?
Absolutely.
The energy part?
Absolutely. Because they're sitting there, I've been meditating for 20 years. But I'm not putting nobody down. After we get done, they say thank you. I helped them to upgrade their game. Mm-hmm. See, humanity went through a time period of darkness. Everybody was ignorant. We're coming out of darkness. I know we talk sometimes because we read a book. Oh, the masters is over here. They ain't there. I'm going to keep sticking with it. I know I've been there. I was the only game in town. Serious. I was even waiting for them to come out. Who coming? Hello? Everybody was asleep.
Right.
That's prophecy. The whole world went into darkness. Ain't nobody was beaming somewhere. You the ones who's waking up right now. You the masters. Oh, man. What a mind blow, huh? You like me? No.
But meditation is difficult.
Not me. Yeah, it is. Huh?
It's not easy.
And I'm glad she said that. It's not easy. It's difficult. Because that's why they say in meditation there's a monkey mind. Anybody heard that?
Yeah.
Somebody tell me what's a monkey mind.
It's the little monkey that's in your head. He's like spanking symbols together in your head. He's like trying to focus on breathing. You're like,
Take you away from the present moment, chattering to you, talking to you.
Endless chat.
We could go do something else. Forget this stuff. It's a nice day out. Or start bringing up something you could else be doing. Especially if you got money in your pocket. You want to go shopping.
But at a certain point, like Andrew, when you were, when you're in those places and you feel you could stay there all day. It's easy for you, right? It was easy for you today when we got you at the end. You could and you feel like that all the time, and I'm sure Athena.
Well, perfect practice make perfect. You have to practice
you enjoy it though,
and you have to enjoy it.
Yeah,
but
you don't enjoy it at the beginning so much.
Right, that's what we're saying. Absolutely. That's why I keep teaching consistency. But dealing in this world that we created, we got to be honest with it. What? Everybody chasing a dollar, money, hustling. Well, your mind ain't thinking about that. Got to pay the rent. Got to pay the bills. Nervous, scared. It keep you away from spirituality. To really dig into it. We might as well go say it. That's why we created something easy. Just go believe. You ain't got to develop yourself.
Somebody else's problem. Yeah,
right.
Somebody else develops it. And you
read this book and say some good words. I saw Archangel Mackerel and blah, 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 blah. Intellectual angels. Intellectual animals again. Everybody's smart. Ain't no transformation take place. Nah. So we got to turn the wheels back around now.
Turn the wheels back around.
Right. Go the other way. Wake up.
Spin the chakras around.
Spin the chakras around. Go back to the basics, the old way.
You, yourself, and you. Wake
You,
up
yourself, and you. Right. Ain't nobody else going to do it for you. You wait for somebody else to come get you. The cavalry ain't coming.
Right.
Right. Who coming to help me? Nobody.
Amen.
We can't just go to the workshop and just hang out? I want my money back.
After a few days, yeah.
And that's why we even got to stick together to help each other. See, you it. You don't want to go turn California upside down and then the world. That's what's happening. Oh, man, did I say that?
That's right.
Yeah. You don't want to go and do it. Waiting on somebody. Master so-and-so. Who? That's over with.
Well, the Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh, when somebody asked him, who's the future Buddha? Who's the next Buddha? He said, the community.
The community.
He said, stop looking. It's the people.
Right. He understood.
Someone's going to come right now.
What are y'all talking about?
The Dalai Lama said about 5 years ago, the Dalai said that he was the last Dalai, that there are no more gurus, that you're the one bringing the darkness into the light.
Listen at that. He knows. The darkness here on the esoteric circles, this is a good age we're in. Ignorance is over. That's why all this stuff is coming out. Even the chakras of the colors of the chakras, even that's messed up.
Oh yeah.
Somebody gave that to us.
Right.
Wait, are you saying?
They messed up, ain't it?
Are you saying it's
someone
not?
Just declares it and they keep repeating it.
Right.
Pretty soon,
and ain't nobody waking up.
Because nobody knows what the colors are, really.
Because everybody talk about how powerful God and the light is. If it was so powerful, you got all these spiritual communities, they already be the government. That means they was in cahoots with the government. Yeah. You can't see that. But if you got true spiritual power of the light, you should be the government. Watch it flip itself once you get into your power. We got to go there. What are y'all talking about? Oh, man.
Beyonce song.
Well, it's like you were saying, well, the law of attraction.
The law of attraction.
Like if we can be successful, like obviously we're vibing off you and you're like, you know, the master among us, and then we have Athena, and then we're the ones. So it's like if sooner we can, you know, get our how do I even say
we're all one.
Get our
get your mojo
abilities
on. Your
going,
mojo.
Then we could start spreading it, and then because we're only like what 10 people, like 11 people.
The disciples were just 12.
What's that?
The disciples were 12.
We have 14 people in there.
Right.
Yeah. Power.
Wait, of what?
Gandhi was one brown man, and he overthrew the British Empire, and he changed the world.
Oh, that's what I'm saying though. It's like but we're still like we're complete novices. Oh, actually, I mean, I don't know. Some people.
Well, we ain't going nowhere. We're working. We all right.
Yeah.
We all right. Don't be intimidated.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just. Yeah, I was just saying.
You're God. Don't be intimidated.
Trying to talk his way out of the room.
I was actually trying to say it the other way around. Like, it's like. Like
right.
That
we got you. We got
like,
you.
You know, permeate like when we walk around town.
We're gonna do it. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Because then it's like we want it more than just these 10 people.
Well, that's what right.
Like what the world.
And the rest of them out there, they out there.
One person at a time. One person at a time. Did I just say that?
But these 10 people have to really get it.
Right. That's what I'm.
Live it.
Now listen. Right.
Yeah.
Now listen at this. We call this the Starbody Activation Retreat, right? But we chose it on the date 11/11. And Athena was running around talking about, because we're going to open up the portals.
Yeah.
Now that's bold, ain't it?
Is it open yet?
Right. Now we gotta define what a portal is. We are opening up the portals. A portal. Now the definition of a portal is a gateway or a doorway. An entrance. Something you could come in and out. Listen at that now. We're bringing it down to earth. It ain't spooky. We are opening up.
That door is a portal.
Right. We're opening up portals. Yeah.
Could you even say your chakras are portals?
And the portal is also, that's what we're going to. A portal is also a website. It brings in information, other links, take you to somewhere else. That's a portal. They tell you what it is. A portal is a what? They got a web portal where all the websites go to so you can find what you need. That's a portal. And then last but not least, religion is a portal. The different books. See, on the esoteric levels, and this ain't putting religion down at all, not all. You can't. It's written in 7 different levels. That's why when a person reads it, some people just be on certain levels, believing it full rightly. For somebody who's in esoteric circles, when I pick up the scriptures, I see food freedom all through there. I'm looking at it with another perception, another eye. And it was coded to make it to this time for people to pick it up. Oh man, but that's a portal. And within that portal, it's talking about whether it's what? The 3 major books is what? The Bible, the Torah, and the Quran. Right. They all talking the same thing.
What about the Upanishads?
Well, I just said the 3 major.
Major.
Yeah. Yep.
Wait, it was the Bible, the Quran, and what was it?
Torah.
And the Torah.
What's the Torah?
The Old Testament.
Oh, the Old Testament.
Jews, Christians, and Islam.
Those are the
Judaism,
biggest ones.
Christianity, and Islam, the books that inform those religions are the main religion.
Right. And those are portals because in those portals, their goal is to what? Build the relationship between God and man. Now listen at that. God and man. That's what they're written for. So therefore, we ain't talking nothing different. What we talking today in the new age? We got to get back to nature. You're trying to build a relationship back with God, with nature. You just moved the word. That's all. We try to get back with the source. All you did was move the word God. You still talking the same thing. So everybody religious. Uh-oh. You ain't going to get out of it. But you got a relationship with something. So the Breatharian knowledge ain't teaching nothing different. It's just making it real now. You got to open up the portals to connect with the higher creative forces to sustain you. Other than that, it don't know you like that. Y'all ain't built a relationship. Why should it? Whoa, did I say that?
Or
Yes, you
I
did.
feel like there's a relationship there, but I'm not as aware of it as they are. Like there's some magic governing everything, and I always feel like I'm one step behind it.
Well, that's why you're here now.
What's going on?
You're under predetermination, so I can tell you what it is. That's why it's right.
Like
They love you. They brought you here.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like something's always leading me, but I'm always like a little bit like, what's going on?
There's a language barrier. Now that's a bad thing when it's a language barrier.
But it's getting less.
Marvin.
Right, you learn the language.
It's like I'm learning how to heal myself to be in communion with that, so that it's going this way, but I want to also go up.
It's a language barrier taking place. And see, when you're dealing with a language barrier, it's limited on what y'all can talk. And I remember one time, well, the language barrier was a good thing. Some woman got mad at me in Spain, and she was cussing me out in her language. But it didn't affect me because I didn't know what she was saying. And she got madder because I didn't understand what she was saying. And I was like, what? But we had a language.
We don't speak Spanish in Ohio, right?
Right. Now when I learn Spanish, I don't want to run into her no more. But that's what took place. There's been this gap. Nature been talking. The cosmic energy's been talking. Right. That's why we've been doing these meditations. Y'all actually feeling this energy. Ain't y'all?
Yes.
Y'all feeling it. Y'all breaking the language barrier. It's been doing that on you every day. Why ain't you been living a life feeling that? You didn't understand. That's why in that film we watched, dealing with meditation, they said there's 2 things you need to know. Cosmic energy and self-knowledge. The self-knowledge was gone. That's why everybody been in darkness. So they was making up everything. I seen angels. I was talking to somebody from planet Pluto. Yeah. I was, right, we believe in it. Whoa, that's what happened. We might as well go ahead and fess up. Paying people to open up our third eye. Yeah, we did. Some people did. And it felt good. You felt something, and then you was back in your condition again. It ain't mean nothing. That's what we talking. We fell for it.
Who are we to take away the priest's host and the red wine and the Jewish people's matzo balls?
All this symbology.
Good matzo balls.
What's the heart chakra actually doing?
But now, since we got these keys, okay, we got to get the foundation. Because if you got a strong foundation, the house will never fall. A strong foundation, but you got a weak foundation, it will. So we got this foundation when we're opening up the root chakra. Y'all feeling the energy, y'all growing. And the more you stand to the light, you're going to grow, it's guaranteed. Did I say that? That's why you need to be strong when you get back in your lifestyle, to at least maintain the energy flow so that you can keep developing instead of having spiritual abortions. You start, you're doing good, then you get caught up. I ain't been doing it for a while. You lost your baby. Then you gotta go get impregnated again, lose your baby again. Can never stay on track. That's a shame, ain't it?
Spiritual miscarriages.
Spiritual miscarriages.
That is like so accurate. It's actually really scary though, because like spirituality can be really too much sometimes. So you're like, you gotta get out of me, like.
So the first chakra, once we understand that's open, your main job only. Now this one makes it easier, so we can say it won't be hard. All you got to do is maintain the first 3 chakras. Now notice that the third chakra, your solar plexus, is on top of the intestines. So now we're at least in a society now where we are learning that what you put in your body affects you. Everybody's getting that memo. That's not even an argument. What you put in your body affects you. In medical science, they're on our team. They said that your intestines is your second brain. Everybody heard that?
And the heart, they discovered how to brain too.
We're going right there. Yeah. Thank you. So we got 3 brains.
Heart math. Mm-hmm.
The heart develops first in the fetus and sends the cells up to the brain. So
and you should check out the organization Heart Math, made up of cardiologists, neurologists, and they discovered the heart is totally awake and alive.
It's a torus field.
Right.
And it's intuitive.
Listen at this.
Really amazing.
So now, since we ain't sleep no more, we don't need to go to that old way of spirituality. Just open up your heart. If we didn't know what that means. But now, we got medical proof telling us that the heart is the third brain. The third brain. And all 3 of them, see, we're just saying the third. But when we get into unity consciousness, they're all one. They're one. Now, here we go, at a good age we in. They got computers and devices that can see the field coming off of our bodies. And the heart chakra comes out the furthest. It's 500 more times more powerful than the brain waves of the brain. It could be measured. And the thing about it, they measuring it that far because the equipment they got can't keep up. It goes further than that in the universe. You're bigger than what you think you are.
Did they ever say how far it measured it going?
Well, this is a good point. Due to a person's health, it changes. So now, what are the number 1 diseases too in America? Let's take heart disease.
Heart attacks.
Heart disease. So if the heart is diseased, the field, it shows in the field. It ain't that big. Yeah. How's they going to open up their heart just from smiling and just because you believe? That's not what's happening. Right. We got to go there. So now we got to go back. So we got the root chakra open. The first 2 chakra, what? Diet, exercise, and all of this. Your health got on key. So therefore, it's going to strengthen the heart chakra. Why wouldn't it? Oh man, this is good, ain't it? Now, why would the heart chakra be the one that nourishes a human being over physical food? We're going to go there. Here we go. So your job is to maintain the first 3 chakras. Now in ancient times, now listen at the symbology. The colon is called the altar in the Sanskrit language. So this is the solar plexus. Solar means sun. This is the altar of the sun. And remember in the Old Testament they used to do fat sacrifices to God. What do you set by sacrifice? We ain't know what that means. There wasn't nobody doing that, nothing like that. What it means is, whatever you put in your body, this is going on to the altar. Ain't the heat down here? All this heat, it burns it up. Every time you use the bathroom, whether if it's feces or you urinate, it's warm. Because you're 98 degrees inside. This is the altar. It's on fire. So when you put something in your body, you're putting something on the altar. You're sacrificing it. And if your heart health is bad from what you're putting in your body, God didn't receive your offering. That's how you know. Whoa.
Say that again.
If you're putting a sacrifice on the altar, which is your intestines, what you're eating, and you're sitting up there sick, God didn't accept your offering. Is this making sense? So that's why at least you want to learn how to eat your way into breatharianism. That's why we're saying this. You got to start putting better offerings on the altar. And the way you see God received it, it'll show in your physical body. It'll show in your thinking. That's how we know. See, everything can be measured. There ain't no belief no more. This is called Breatharian science. There's a science to this. And it can be reduplicated. Let's say that for the record. There was a man one time on social media. Hey, y'all, guess what? I lost 20 pounds and I'm off of high blood pressure pills. That was the science, whether he knew it or not. He lost 20 pounds. That caused the body to go a certain way and everything else. I was like, good for you. That's what does it. So therefore, you maintain the first 3 chakras. The heart chakra gets activated to another level. The heartbeat is different, everything. What's another disease that's in here? We said the heart disease, high blood pressure. That's all across the board. Young people getting it. That means the first 3 chakras is shut down. That's what it's saying. Whoa, we gotta go there. So therefore their field that's coming off of their body ain't at a high potential. It can't be. You ain't on the spiritual realm, which is the energy realm. And the spiritual realm works through. It don't work mechanically. We think on a mechanical level due to where we at. It works through spheres of influences and energetic impulses. Could I say that again? Spheres of influences and energetic impulses. Things go your way energetically because you're tuned in to the higher energy forces. And they didn't even look at the mechanical way. Energy could go through physical matter. That's why you become God-like, having miracles.
But I think that's what's also hard about the first 3 chakras. In some way, those are the hardest ones because the root one is the body, but the second one is family. Like
right. Relationships.
Your karma, all your relations have to be in order. You know? And that's epic.
Well, that is epic.
Sort out, you know.
But check this out. If you focus on, all we got to do is take one step at a time. Right. If you focus on the root chakra, no matter what, it's harder for somebody to get on your nerves when you feeling healthy and good. The reason why they all grouchy because they feel bad. That's why. There was some man, I was on a bus, he said something kind of grouchy to me, you know, but once he got up and started walking and limping, I understood what the problem was. It wasn't me. He was having a bad day. I just said, forgive him. I understand. He's blocked up. That's what's happening.
I know.
It ain't got nothing to do with us.
I was working in front of Ralph's with petitions. We were doing petitions, so I was helping this young girl. And she didn't even see it, but everybody, well, she saw everybody grumpy, but I understood why. Everybody's walking into the store, you know, after work or whenever, going into the store, coming up, looking like they are like not smiling,
Right.
just like so grumpy, and then you can't even
When
walk.
you sick and ain't happy being
I've
sick,
never-
you miss a whole day being sick. I was in a bed all day. I was sick for 3 days. You dead. So of course it's easy to get to that person's nerve and y'all get in a fight.
Have you ever seen anybody happy in a Starbucks? Everybody's miserable.
Everybody miserable in the Starbucks.
Except
Right.
the person who just got their name
The
called.
only thing they was happy about that they can afford the poison.
No, they're just addicted.
Right.
It's crazy.
That's the only thing they were happy about.
No, it's
I can afford the $7 cappuccino with whipped cream. Right. Look at me.
You could pay a mortgage on what you. I used to say when I used to go to Starbucks, I say I could probably pay my mortgage with the money I spend here every day.
Right. Now this is why. Okay. So now they got the scientific field saying your heart chakra on your electromagnetic field that we have, the heart chakra goes out the furthest. And keep in mind, on one level we got 3 brains. Here in the head, the gut, and also the heart. But we know that it's all one. They work together. So now we got to open up our heart. We got to take it a little bit more serious now. Uh-oh. Heat love to rise upwards. And everybody got the heat mostly in the what? Hip area. They call it Kundalini energy, sexual energy. Those are just words. It's life force energy. The reason why it's in the hips because that energy is needed to animate the body. Here we go. That's why when a person's health get bad, their sexual energy goes down and all this other stuff. It goes hand in hand. Energy blockages.
And when a lot of Tibetan teachers, Tibetan masters, they would have them do consort practice to change their energy. They would get stuck in long retreats, that would get monks, and they would say, well, you need to engage in certain practices sexually to raise your energy.
To raise your energy.
You
to help it.
Yeah, and they would have like very elaborate women come in and like be what are called consorts.
Right.
Yeah.
To waken it up.
Yeah.
Wait.
So they could.
I'm sorry. What does that mean?
Like a consort?
Yeah.
Well, like in Tibetan Buddhism,
Sacred
you
consort.
see a lot of basically a woman who would come in and know how to do tantric practices.
She wanted to have them turn the televisions on so that they can activate the energy.
Yeah. Right, the sexual energy.
A lot of them
make them horny. Let's break it down. Make them horny.
Down to earth here.
To circulate the chi.
To circulate the energy. That's the most powerful energy in the body.
Really high tantric though.
Yeah, because
not like
it doesn't have to
fake
be
tantric.
sexual all the time.
No, they weren't. I don't even think they were.
It's not about having an orgasm. It's got
No,
that.
it was
But
circular.
it's like getting together with tantra sex so you can get horny so you can start working with that energy, getting it to moving.
I was thinking, do you have to resort to doing that?
You don't have to resort
Like
to it. She's saying well, certain people need it.
Yeah, because
If you already got your libido on, you don't need that.
Yeah.
Right, right.
I had a question. If you're already in a relationship with somebody, is that a tool that you should use to keep the relationship going or successful?
Well,
or what do you necessarily recommend?
I'm not a relationship counselor. Right.
But means what should you do with the sexual energy is what he's asking.
Elitom, what should we do with our...
It's a tantrika work.
Ah.
You gotta go to the tantric workshop.
What should I say? Athena? What? Ah. All right.
This would be like the doctor that sends you to the physician's office. Like,
Well, just simple. See, we're making it harder than what it really is. It's just cuddling, being with your partner, being with your mate. They don't always have to engage in sex. Intimacy. And that arouses the sexual energy in us. It's very powerful. It's a tool that can be used. So let's don't make it far-fetched. You know, like see, we make things spooky again. Just by her using those words and tantra and the Buddhists, and it makes sense. Like they know something we don't. No, they don't know nothing we don't know. We all doing it.
But they're perfected to tantric practices.
They just know.
They come from Tibetan Buddhism.
They just know
How to circulate.
how that it needed to be circulated in that manner. That's what they know.
They're activating the human
Now we have
body.
to talk about the
Bottom line.
dysfunctional male energy in modern Western civilization and how men have screwed over women, and that there's this big fear in our culture, you know, about intimacy and sexuality. We can't talk about it openly and sincerely.
Right,
Oh, you
that's
start
your
talking
point.
about, oh, it's so, you know.
Well, you ever
That's a
heard that?
big fish.
You ever heard that group MGTOW?
Yeah. The men go their own ways.
Men going their own way. So men is complaining too about the
Right.
behavior of women. So it goes both ways.
Clear.
You got that. That's because we was in the age of darkness. We might as well just chalk it up. We're trying to get out of that now.
Yeah, I agree.
So now to open up, like we said. Now listen at this. If you're healthy and the root chakra is good, the second chakra, what deals with personal relationships, will be good. Because you feel good. And you start being an example to others, whether they say it or not. When I'm around people, they all, it just take over a period of time. I need to start walking. I need to start meditating. They're saying it. That's the testimony. That's the light working. You ain't got to worry about other people. I need to start doing this. That's all they're saying. Then, the third chakra, which is on top of the intestines, that deals with cognitive thinking skills. That means to think through things clearly, with a clear mind. Thinking it all the way through. A lot of people can't do that. But when you get people who fast a lot, which one of the main things they say? My thoughts was clarity of thought. So if you can maintain that, the first three chakras, you won't key. It automatically is going to activate the heart chakra to change itself bigger. That's what we want. So it can deal with the higher subtle forces. Because this is the biggest energy that's pumping it out from the body. Is this making sense? Now, let's get deeper. You live in a UV spectrum. That's what they call it. The ultraviolet spectrum. They got all these frequencies going around. That's touching us right now. You got X-rays touching you. Infrared rays. Gamma rays. We could go on and on. And they're all affecting us. It don't matter if you don't see them or not. Physical matter is just a small little thing on that which you can see with your eyes. Science is telling you that. But that's what you live in. Now you want to tap into that to be nourished by it. So you need your heart chakra because it's the biggest energy that's coming out from the body. That's why you want to open it up as wide as you can. So you got to go with the basis. The root got to be opened up. Take care of your health.
So is that what this thing you're about to show us? Is that supposed to...
Yep.
That's what this is for?
All meditations will do it.
All meditations.
If you know what you're doing. Good question. Now, here we go. The ultraviolet spectrum. Why did they name it that? Ultra means above or beyond. Listen at that. Ultra. Above and beyond what? Why would they name this that we live in? Above and beyond. And violet, why would they use that color? That's the highest frequency color you can see. So you're dealing with something that's beyond what you can see. See, I'm nourishing off of something you can't see. But my body's in tune with it. This ain't no gut. What you talking about? It ain't being blocked. That's what we talking about. So the heart chakra's open.
You feel it right now, open?
Absolutely. Because I feel good. That's what we're talking about. That's how you know you're happy. You're in love. Remember we said that? You know you're in love when you're happy. If you're miserable, you ain't in love. They don't go the same. Misery loves company. That's when you know you got a good loving relationship with creation. I'm happy every day. Ain't no, my back hurt today. I'm the creation looking at you.
So you don't have any aches or pains anywhere?
Absolutely not. Why should you?
Well, I don't know. I was just wondering.
It's created by us through habits and lifestyle.
Yep.
That's why it's created. Especially if you weren't born with it.
Even your lower back is good.
Absolutely. And as people get older, they have lower back problems.
Yeah.
Knee problems. It's the accumulation of toxin.
They also expect it.
All goes hand in hand. Oh, that's what we're talking about.
That's how it has to be. But
so wherever you at now in your development, remove it. You put it there.
But then again, we don't have a choice, though.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because you didn't have the knowledge.
Now you have the
By me telling you right now,
Breatharian
that's predetermined for me to tell you.
Yeah.
But your actions on it, it's up to you.
Yes.
But whatever action you take is predetermined.
Right.
Exactly.
What action you going to
So
take?
I said, okay, I'll be a Breatharian.
You just talking. There we go, just talking.
Dude, this is like that movie, The Dream Book.
Trying to challenge me.
Dude.
No, I'm not trying to challenge you. I'm trying to get a little bit
Well, no,
more.
I'll tell you later. It's like it's a cool documentary about what you said.
Oh, man. Still predetermined.
Even
But you'll learn that more and more as you be on your personal journey. I'm just telling you it. That's what it takes for you to find out on your own. I'm just giving out. You ain't got to believe me. Oh, he's just making that up. It just sounds good. Whatever.
Well, I don't know if I understand predetermined when you say that. Like, I'm not sure if I understand that.
It's already planned.
Like,
Already
it's
planned.
So in other words, it's up to us, though, to do what we're going to do, and even that's predetermined by who? Or
It ain't about by who. You just live in this spectrum. You just under the rules of energy. You're a system of energy held together by thought. You're living in other beings' electromagnetic field that is a lot more powerful than you and is influencing your emotion. That's all we can say. We ain't trying to say there's a God and I talk to him. All I did was say keep universal laws. What you think religion is using the word sin? You know the definition of sin?
To miss the mark.
No.
wait, a sin?
Sin.
Sin.
Sin. Oh, sin.
Well, they say Mr. Mark, but I'm going to tell you what it is. It's the transgression of universal laws.
Wow, that's great.
That's all it is.
Transgression. What does that mean then?
Transgression. You're going against something. You don't want to do it. You're rebelling against. And that's man's problem. Universal laws is dictating your life. You're under law. But just because you can't see it, it's easy to violate it. And ignorance don't even matter. That's why we're paying the consequences from it. You're getting educated. That's why this is a science. Breatharianism is a science that's telling you about universal laws. You got to adhere to them. They had a full benefits. Wow. Everybody ain't going to argue over clean air. If you is, you're a nut. Breathe clean air. Don't use your, lungs as a chimney. I mean, that's all we're saying.
What are you going to do?
Right. Oh, man. It's just going back to the basic. See, you're in a realm that supports life. It does.
Yes, that's so true.
It supports life. You got it made. We made it hard. And got stuck in it. Stuck in physical matter. Letting it control you. Can't lay it down for a day?
Oh, I got a headache. My stomach hurts.
I'm hurt. I'm about to die. Right. For a day? Oh, man. This is where we at.
Well, we're addicted to it.
Addicted.
To the drama.
Addicted.
When you tell someone about breatharianism, they're just like, what?
Oh,
I mean,
it's
it's
just-
so beyond
it's
some
so-
people still, but it's.
But once
for
you,
a lot of us,
but if they were sitting here now, it wouldn't even be an argument.
well, because they would see you and they would see that it's possible.
And the,
Here.
And you're here and you've been living like, I mean, just seeing a
Yeah,
possibility
yeah.
is the part of the mind that
But then
goes,
most people
okay.
are going to say, oh, he's eating in his room. And there's-
right, somebody tried to blame me. He's binge eating just like us. The dude said he's binge eating just like us. Stop putting him on a pedestal. But let's just listen to his teachings and take what we need. Okay, you just listen to the teachings and keep transforming. Now, I ain't gonna stop for it. I have hurt feelings. Well, okay, they're talking about me. Don't care.
I know you don't.
Right, already set free. Don't care.
That's right.
But it ain't my thing to see how the light is going to do things with other people.
That's right.
People are catching it, and it's up to the light. Because who I'm talking to ain't the intellectual person. Now remember, we said again, at the funeral, the body's going to be laying there when a person dies. The light that's in you come from somewhere else. And all of us come from somewhere else. The same place, with that light that's animating it. That's the unity frequency. That's who I'm talking to. See, when you want to develop and do more, that don't come from the physical body.
That comes from the power.
That comes from the power of the light that's animating it.
All of that. It's like.
Now listen at this. I did a teaching on this one time. It's just like when you got a house. You're paying a mortgage, but you're bragging about your new house. All right, you got some place to live, you know.
Hey, don't
We're
put
really
that
big
down.
on that in Los Angeles.
Yeah, you know.
What you drive
and cars
and your house.
Right.
People they'll live in a shack. They're like homeless, but they have a nice car.
They'll have a nice car. All big on it. But if you get in a situation where you can't pay your mortgage anymore, you start sweating a little bit. They start calling you, looking for you. I'll have it by next week. All right, here we go. But then pretty soon when you can't do it, there's a thing called an eviction where you got to get out of that house. Serious.
I know.
Till you get all your stuff out, lock the door on you, you can't get back in.
I'm really lost with this metaphor now.
Because your body is your house, and if you get evicted, you die early.
Oh, right.
Spirit.
You're out of there.
You're out of
So
there.
therefore, even though people say spirituality is free, not in nature's mind it ain't. There's a currency that got to be paid.
Meaning you killed it.
You killed it. You died because you didn't want to pay the bill. You was doing something else.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a bill to pay. That's why they tell you in symbology, Jesus paid the price. He paid it all. Well, that was for him.
That was good.
You got to go pay your own price. So nature can recognize
Yeah,
you.
people, they think Jesus did it for them. He died for their sins.
So they don't have to even
So they don't
worry
have-
about
Right.
anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because nature works in energy exchanges. Listen at that. Nature works as an energy exchange. The energy that you putting out is receiving you toe to toe with that. That's how much you paid for. And when you get weaker and weaker, whatever habit you got, that's what it's paying you for. And when you sit up there praying till you blue in the face, smoking a cigarette, eating a sandwich,
It's not hearing it.
right? I mean, it's,
La, 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 la.
la 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 la, don't even hear you. There's no love affair taking place.
Because you're going against the laws.
You're going against
And
universal
especially
laws.
The more you know and the higher you go.
Right.
Really, if the price gets a little higher, the suffering is a little more. That's what I notice now when I smoke a cigarette or something. It's like, oh,
Because you know better. You
yeah,
feel
it's
it.
like
You woke up. And you know it's an energy exchange. So my job, see, put it like this. And don't think just because you're a breatharian that it automatically keep you here. See, there's also a mind. Now check this out. You need a mind to maintain the new frequency.
Yeah.
To maintain that payment. Because you know better. See, actually, I'm scared to go backwards. I don't want to be, because I lived it before. I don't want to be that dense no more. Feet get swelled up. Back will start hurting.
That's right.
Pork chops all in the refrigerator.
Right. Pretty soon I'll be at the bar drinking and smoking. I used to be a millionaire.
Waking up with chocolate all over you.
Can't see chocolate all over me. Right. Girlfriend bossing me around saying, man, when I'm going to get rid of her.
But then we got to go to a wedding.
Right. Mother-in-laws.
There's wedding cakes and stuff. We got to or, you know,
Bar mitzvah.
So you appreciate.
quinceañeras.
So you appreciate your new freedom.
Yep.
That's what it's about. You appreciate it. Now let's go into the desire. When is it ready for a person to go into breatharianism? See, as long as you got other desires of you to mess with the tree of good and evil, or duality, they don't mix. Now listen at this. So usually the higher forces and you ain't going to come together till those desires are exhausted.
There we go.
Satiated.
Right.
That's never going to happen for you.
Now, check this out.
That never happened
That's
for
part-
me too
part of
for
what is
40
being
years.
human.
Check this out. Everybody goes through it. Let's go through them. There are 5 pillars of these gates, these portals
Desires.
of desires. The first one, you were born into it. All of us was. And when we were born for sex, food, and shelter. Those are the best things in our life. That's what brought us here. And you woke up, even through your teenage years, Start getting horny, don't know what's happening, your brain waves is going. Sex, food, and shelter is all you think about.
So what if you moved out of that? You're like good. You're so
We're saying moved out of that. We ain't there yet. We talk about the pillars now, the first pillar you came from.
Okay.
We all come from there. Sex, food, and shelter. That's what you look for.
The first one.
Right.
Okay.
We all went through that pillar. And some people still there. But that pillar, that's what animals do.
Right. That's their preoccupation.
That's their occupation. That's what animals do. So you're a hybrid. You want to get into your God self to take over, your spirit self, the light self. But animals do that. Their house, food, and shelter. What? Food and sex. So your next pillar you look for as you're growing up, this is the second pillar.
Define pillar, please. Step? Like
A step. The next step.
Okay.
Now, the next pillar of the step is you look for wealth.
Right. Money.
We all do it. That's what the pillars we went through. How am I going to make more money or get into a position where I could do what? Have a bigger house, more sex, and what's the other one? Better food or more food.
Drugs and rock and roll too.
All of that's in it, right. You can do more. But then...
Get more of the first one.
Right. To get more, they're all connected. Yeah. These are desires we go through. The first one got exhausted. So you went for wealth. And everybody on the planet went through that one and chasing it. So you can have more of the first one. But then something happens where the light is in all of us where you cannot get fulfilled. Right. You start realizing it. This will get you to move on even further. Here we go now. So the next one is, anybody want to take a shot at it?
Hold on.
Power.
Yeah.
I got to own my own business. I got to become a supervisor. I got to own something. You're looking for power, thinking that's going to fulfill you. We're looking for fulfillment because we're creatures of pleasure and delight. That's how we were created. But we're created in direct opposition of the light. That's why it's not our fault.
In opposition.
In opposition to the light.
Why were we created in opposition?
The body's born from here. The light comes from somewhere else that's animating it.
Aren't you light when you're kids? When you're children?
You're light. You still are.
Yeah.
Why blame it on the kids?
I'm saying.
But the body, that's what you're going for now. Your five senses. So that's why in spirituality you got to develop a sixth sense to bring you back into the tree of life, which is inside of you.
So the body being alive is a manifestation of its opposition to light.
Right.
It's like an example of that.
Because it's at the denser realm.
Yeah, it's like it appears.
And it's going out of five senses of what it sees.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
It's like,
that's how it's looking at the world.
Right. It's like, okay.
Right. Now here we go. So we go for power, thinking that's going to fulfill us. But over a period of time, you find out that there's still an emptiness. Because everybody try to say, what really is my purpose? Where do I come from? What do I need to be doing? That question rings in everybody. So you can't hide behind the power no more. So anybody want to take a shot at the fourth pillar? Huh? Knowledge.
Knowledge.
Right.
You get into the philosophies. Get into the arts. Get into the religions. Get into the spirituality. You're looking for the answer. But that's a pillar, again, or a desire.
For more and more.
For more and more to fulfill you because the answer didn't come.
That's a subtler one, though. That's like when people can stay lost in that vortex for lifetimes, right?
And you look at a lot of academics who have PhDs.
Yeah.
They're miserable. Oh,
well,
my
people
teachers,
just keep grabbing
oh
more
God,
knowledge just to kind of...
Cannot fulfill you. But we went into the time period, like she said, that's the hardest one to get trapped in. Now, they was trapped into it because humanity was collectively into darkness. But now I can tell you with this Breatharian message, places I've been, people with knowledge is like this, agreeing. That's what we've been looking for. Because if you got any knowledge, why would you fight against with this? What I'm saying? What did I say was so bad today? Not my health. Right. I want to be happy. I don't want depression. I want to get aches and pains out of my body. I want my heart chakra open. I want to see what it be like to be free on that level. Because right now I'm stuck. Well, what did I say wrong? I'll be traveling around. I was in the millionaire's house over in India. But at the end of the weekend, I got to go check on the business. I said, all right, I'll be here looking at the balcony. I was enjoying his stuff. Right, I'm free. And then I got tired of being there, and I wanted to go out on the beach. I don't need the mansion. To me, I was child's play. I was locked in the cave. That's how you're thinking. You're free. And he applauding you. Man, I wish I was like that. He's stuck. But when you never had that, you don't realize it. Your desire, the average person, they're probably on the pillar of looking for more wealth, so that's why they look at that as being big. But if you had it and know it, that's why everybody's on different levels of these desires. You see how it's going now? So the Breatharian message might not be for somebody who's on a what? Wealth tip. It's not for them. But they want a bigger house, more food, you understand, and more sex. That's their desire. Once they exhaust it, they're going to the next level. I'm going for power now. To own this. They got to go through their pillars. Until you catch that one who got exhausted in knowledge. And they're looking for something new. Something with some back into it. Something that could really transform them.
So exhausted in knowledge, that also would be someone who kind of doesn't live in their body. It's just mental. Like just people that just expound out every 5 seconds this philosophies that they don't feel connected to their heart. They don't really feel like they live it. Would that be an example of someone lost in knowledge, or it's just like
we ain't even used the word lost in knowledge.
Not lost.
Keep in mind that this realm, the sciences of this realm, is on a mechanical level.
So is that the seeker?
So you want to get
seeker mind?
Right, the seeker mind.
Always looking for the
seeker mind.
Never like find
for the next.
So you can make a transformation.
For the next thing.
The next workshop.
And that's why people commit suicide, because they did all that and they still aren't happy.
They're like, if this is not make it happen, never do it.
Huh?
So now,
yeah.
When you're like a legend in your own mind and you're mentally masturbating all the time, and oh,
right.
you're so smart, or blah 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 blah.
And even the ones that's in knowledge, like we said, it ain't like because they in the knowledge is smart, they're gonna come out of it. So that's true. This is where the light takes over, and this is where your heart comes in. The fifth pillar is the heart. There's something in the heart that does not come from you on this lower frequency that has to be opened up and acceptable. Be ready to listen for that next phase, because you got exhausted and you used all of them up.
And is it like compassion?
A compassion.
Okay.
That opened up, that's why you're seeking this way of knowledge. To really make a resurrection, because you've been there, done that. It don't feel you no more. Yeah. And it's a bold step, but it's the light. That's why you're under predetermination. It will open up that for you. There's no going back. Wow. Then you become. Say that one more time louder.
It's where you embody. You become the embodiment of the knowledge, and
You become the embodiment of the knowledge, and then you become. So that's what people can hear. But it's the light that's when the heart opened up, because you're sincere. That's why with this transmission, what would y'all call that? Shakti pod. I'm gonna tell you what it really is. See, you supposed to receive. So as soon as I get somebody, I want to meet him. I'm going to learn about breatharian knowledge. As soon as I get them, they sit there, blah, 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 telling me their life story, and I'm like this. They ain't received nothing after we left. They ain't ready. I don't want to care how spiritual you are, what you did, and what you went, and how many workshops you went through, and I don't care.
Well, it's a spiritual resume.
Wait a minute. Can I show you my little spiritual punch card?
Right.
It's all punched up.
Let me tell you where I'm at.
Passport.
You get 5 more punches, you get a free
The Shakti pod is for you to get instruction and carry it out and see it work for you. That's the Shakti pod in its nutshell. Nobody's going to do the work for you. Let's get out of that other stuff. Go do the work. That's self-realization. To know yourself is to know God. Nobody can tell you nothing. You want somebody else to make you God. The world would have been already taken over, huh? We got to get out of that spookiness. Okay, you had the experience. Somebody shocked you. Come on back and let's get back to the basics. Go wake up. That's what we're saying. Man, that's why you're the builder, the master builder. You're supposed to build the temple with our hands. See, that's why they give you that story about in Jerusalem. The old temple got destroyed by the Romans. Look at that. It got destroyed. That old ancient knowledge that we're talking right now got destroyed. It got burnt to the ground. We just got bits and pieces of it.
Right, and then they stored it in the
Vatican.
Wandered
and
they destroyed it in Iraq. I mean, they hide all this.
No, it's not. The temple is us. This got destroyed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I could care less of going to the Vatican. Let me in so I can get the knowledge. Forget the Pope. He's shaking. That's what I want to go listen to the Pope for. What are you going to teach me? Don't fall for that stuff. We're falling for those stories again.
He's drinking all that red wine.
Yeah. The knowledge is in the people. The temple that got destroyed and burnt to the ground was us.
Right. And then the wandering in the desert.
Wonder, that's us. Lost. You the lost sheep of Israel. Lost. Blind. Talking stupid.
Okay, I agree with you.
Oh, man. I'm talking to myself, too. I used to talk stupid.
So, Elitom, when did you change?
The Pope carries the staff with the third eye acorn.
Like, say that again?
Look how the Pope carries the staff with the acorn representing a third eye. Like,
There we go.
They're like misdirecting portal information.
The symbology. Yeah.
Keeping it away.
Keeping it away.
Hiding in plain sight.
This symbology. And I did a teaching in Virginia just now, dealing with the opening the third eye. So I brought up the Vatican, got the third eye there, and other places. They got it. But what I'm getting at, they can keep it if they want to. This, you already got it. You got the real deal.
But they will not let you know. But it's like when you find out that bit of information that
Right.
hiding in plain sight, that's all done.
And then check this out. How did I get the information? Did I go to the Vatican? No, it was in me. But the light did this. I got exhausted with the desires where it opened up my heart. I submitted. You got to submit and become a receiver, a receptor of the information. Stop talking so much. You already talked.
Right.
You shot your gun. It ain't do nothing but get us in trouble. Wow.
So STFU.
Right. Just like when I was in ministry school, they teach you what? The 3 S's. The 3 S's was stand up, speak up, and shut up. Don't try to talk all along. Shut up. That's where the people got the message. And that was good advice. People get up, they want to keep talking, taking the whole guy. Everybody falling asleep. Okay, we got it. And you know what? Stand up, speak up, and shut up. We got it. That's etiquette. Man. But when you become a good receiver and a good receptor, that's when the universe can talk to you.
Then you can talk.
Then you can talk.
Yeah.
It's talking through you. It got you. You're in the
And
wave.
the way. And the food.
But that's a real Shakti pot. You just be a receiver of the information.
It's not even hard for you now.
You got teachers. Consciousness don't need no physical body. That's the real deal.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of boring, though.
Well, because you ain't exhaust that other one. Go read the book.
It's going to be just one big psychedelic trip, and we're consciousness is cruising all over the universe.
Boring. boring. Haven't we done this 4 pillars?
I know. Well, I want this to be the last life for sure, but you know.
Isn't it boring just what we do every day?
That's true.
Oh, man.
So much.
So many life.
Yeah.
So many lifetimes.
All right. Now we're going to do our Merkaba. But this is, y'all got it now?
I do have one question.
What's that?
So the idea about the fifth one, about opening the heart,
Right.
being a receiver and a receptor.
Right. And those other desires, that's why they said an ascended master is just a person who has very little desires or none at all.
So the desires fall off.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the receiver and the receptor.
And that's the receiver. That's where you got the creative forces and the creature. Now the creature is the receiver, and the creative forces is the giver. They became one. But you got to be able to, this cup got to be empty.
Remember in the movie last night when he said, "You mean, Yogananda, I can go down there and have sex and drink alcohol and make love to women. I can still come back up here and pray and meditate and get this energy with you?" And he said, "Yes, but I can't guarantee you that if you keep coming up here and praying and meditating and get this energy with me, that you're going to want to keep going down there and doing that, because it'll eventually fall off."
Mm-hmm.
Remember that part in the movie?
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but okay.
Bro, you were in the room?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a big part, and that answered your question.
Gotcha.
Because he told him he
Right,
fell
the
away.
desires are going to fall away.
And everybody deals with it. Everybody. Nobody gets away.
But your desire,
Nobody
you still have it. Let's say you have the desire just to you have that desire to just help everybody.
Well, that's a wholesome one.
Oh, don't make it complicated.
We can keep the love
Alright,
desire.
do good
the heart
deeds.
You still have that desire.
Do good deeds, okay?
Yeah.
But in Buddhism, they call that the desire. The Buddha taught that exact thing, that the root of suffering, the Four Noble Truths.
Right.
The first noble truth is there's suffering. The second is the cause, which is that desire, clinging.
Yeah.
And he uses the word tanha, which means it's not just regular clinging, it's like thirst.
The thirst.
Tanha
Yeah,
is
like-
actually what causes all the suffering.
Give it away.
And the third
And you
noble
felt
truth
it when
is
you
there's
said it
an
like
end
that.
to that.
Tanha.
Like they describe it like tanha.
Right, you
Like,
straight up stuck.
and don't they use that word now? Thirsty. Oh, you thirsty?
yeah.
That's
Right.
so thirsty. That
We
guy
know
is,
that. We
like,
know the
clinging,
language.
Clinging, you know.
Now this is heavy. Now we're gonna open up these portals. Get this light coming in. Now the Merkaba, that is a long meditation.
How long are we talking?
So what we're gonna do, I just introduced you to it. So what we're gonna do is the Qigong, sitting down, with visualization. This will get you prepared for it, because this is a long one. And a lot of work too.
How long?
About
It's too late
45
for
minutes.
tonight. I
Oh.
promised Lori and the people that our program would end on time.
Right.
And we need to end at 8:30 so that people can find their way back to their dimensions and
Right.
everything up by
It's hard to
9.
So everybody get y'all a good, comfortable position. And if you want, can you turn on some music? Or you can play. Or you can play the bowl.
Okay, I'll play the bowl.
Oh boy.
I'll play the bowl.
Yeah, we jamming.
And we're gonna have a really good time, eh, Christina? And
Let's listen to it. I think it's an
oh, you're gonna be right next to the bowl. It's gonna be loud.
I think it's an A.